Hey parents, and welcome to this week's parent update. I'm going to be updating you on all the things going on this week that happened in KidZone and in WeeKidz, and maybe talk a little bit more about what's coming up as well. So let's go ahead and let's get started with it. This last Sunday we talked about God's truth. We continued that series. We talked about what is truth, and then we talked about how to find the truth. So one thing we asked the kids at the beginning was, who do you go to if you want the truth about something? If you're wondering about a question, who do you trust most? Now, most of the kids said parents or teacher, or a couple kids said their brother or sister. So, a lot of family members in there. And then we use that to talk about how, yes, those are great people to go to and those people you can trust. But we also want to go to the Bible because the Bible is where we can find God's truth. We talked about Paul and Silas in Thessalonica in Acts chapter 17, verses 1 through 9, and how they delivered the truth to the people. And we talked a little bit about how they didn't have the Bible back then. They had the Old Testament, but they didn't have the New Testament, and how it was a different time back then, that there were God's appointed people to be delivering his truth, kind of like prophets. We went in a little bit of that, but not too much. But we did talk about those different things. Going from there, hey Shaylee, how's it going? Going from there, we talked about the Bible verse, which was John chapter 17, verse 17, from the NLT, and I'll just read it. It says, "Make them holy by your truth, teach them your word, which is truth." That was another opportunity where we kind of talked about the Bible and how it wasn't all fully put together. We kind of had a fun little thing where we talked about how Star Wars is something that is really well put together, and you can find a lot of stuff on it out there, but it's not finished. And so just like how Star Wars is really well put together and you can go back and watch stuff and they're still making new things, the Bible was kind of the same way back then. They had a lot of it put together, they had a lot of it made, but they were still writing things. And Paul, the guy who wrote a lot of the Bible, was still writing those things for the Bible. So it was just kind of an interesting way to help the kids understand that. And most of the kids, if not all of them, have seen Star Wars or know what Star Wars is, so they understood what we were talking about. And then finally, our Bible point yesterday, a little bit different, but I'll explain in a minute. It says, "God, please help me learn and see the truth that you are teaching me." And so we wanted to begin that with God because we wanted the kids to understand that when we need truth or we want truth, God is the one we can always go to. We can go to parents, we can go to teachers, we can go to friends, we can go to brothers and sisters. All those areas are great. All those people to go to are great. But God is the one who delivers us all truth. He is all knowing. He has all the truth. Now, he might not always give us the truth, but he will never lie to us. He'll never give us the incorrect information. So that was a good day yesterday we had there. And then I know Shaylee was in WeeKidz with them. I was not over there, but I do know they're still talking about the A Baby in a Bush series. They're going through that, and they're talking about Moses being born and talking to God in the burning bush. So obviously Moses being born in Exodus chapter 1, and then the burning bush in Exodus chapter 4. They're kind of hitting all those strong points there. And then in WeeKidz, their verse that they've been going over is Luke chapter 16, verse 10 in the NIV. It says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." And just going through that and talking about how Moses was trusted with a lot. Moses showed that he could be trusted, and even though he was a little bit resistant at first, he showed he could be trusted, and God trusted him with it. And so the Bible point they're going over just the entire month because it helps them to get the same Bible story, the same Bible point, the same verse for the entire month due to their age is, "I obey God more each day." So a really strong Bible point for them to know. Moving on from there, kind of the same old stuff. Sunday school is not happening right now, but if you would like to be involved in Sundays, or if you would like for your kids to be involved in Sunday school in the kids area, please let us know. We're not against doing it. We just don't have anybody who seems to be interested right now in doing it, and we don't want to ask volunteers to come for something if there's not going to be any kids there. So if you are interested in Sunday school, please let me or Shaylee know, and we would love to talk to you about that and work on getting that to happen. All of our resources are now digital. They are at a link that's in the description, link tr.ee/FCC Brazil Kids. You can find all of our resources there. And we do not have any upcoming scheduled events right now. The last event we had to cancel. Well, we had to put it online, and it was just kind of a lot to go through. So we're really trying to figure out what to do right now in the future with events and those things. So if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out, say hello, let us know. You can talk to me, Shaylee, anybody, and we would love to talk to you about your questions or anything that you have to ask or say. We thank you so much for being a part of the kids ministry here. We love your kids. We're glad that we get to serve you and your kids each and every Sunday, and I hope I will see you again next Sunday.